It's been a decade since the Syracuse University men's lacrosse team won a national championship. Given the rich history of the program, that might feel like a century to some. But the game has changed, and more teams than ever in college lacrosse are capable of winning a title. We came here to Syracuse University Men's Lacrosse Media Day to figure out how they can get back on that championship path in 2019. So Stephen, what kind of team can you guys have this season?
I think expectations are to win kind of everything. We definitely had a rough go last year a little bit. We were young. We were in some rough games, some close games, really tough schedule, but I think we got the experience back to really have a special year. So everyone's really excited, team, coaches, everyone.
I think we're kind of right on the edge of breaking through and putting ourselves into that conversation for championship weekend. We got a lot of guys returning, a lot of talent.
How much will that experience help you, given that year in and year out, you guys have one of the toughest schedules in college lacrosse?
If you look at our attack, we return 2 starters and we'll bring in Riley Voigt. And then if you look at our midfield, the whole starting midfield should be back. So we've got that. And then on defense, our defense is loaded with returners and guys that have been around. And just to have that year under your belt.
Who's somebody on this team that you like to watch? Like you're at practice and you're just like, that's a good player. I'm gonna check him out for a little bit.
I really like to watch Nick Mellon. I think he's probably the best cover guy in the country right now. He's just, his footwork, the way he plays, it's a lot of fun to watch.
There's obviously, Nick Mellon's pretty crazy to watch because the kid just doesn't get beat. His feet are unreal. And then there's guys in the midfield that just are constantly making plays, like Brett Kennedy and Pete Dirth, taking the ball away, pushing transition. And then on the front end, there's Steven and Nate and Brad. Those guys are doing some creative stuff that in practice, you're just like, wow.
What is it like on the dawn of a new season now in your senior year versus, your first season as a freshman?
Being my last season, some of these guys' last season, I think the pressure is there. You want to perform, you want to do well. But at the end of the day, it is just another season. Kind of stick to the daily routine.
There's a lot of rule changes going into play this year. You're an attackman, and one of those is you can dive in the crease a little bit. Is that something you think you might slip in there?
I'm definitely going to try it, I think. A couple of us did it a little this fall.
So there's new crease rules this year. The shot clock's in play. It seems like they're making some changes to the game, but is there anything they haven't done yet that they need to?
Nothing I can think of. I think the only thing that bugs me is they kind of took the physicality out of the game. When I was young, growing up, we used to watch lacrosse, and there'd be guys just taking each other's heads off, laying body checks and stuff like that. So they've kind of dialed back on that, but for safety reasons, it's good reasons. But I'd like to see some of that back in the game because that's obviously a lot of fun, and it's one of the reasons why I started playing.
Now, I really like the shot clock. I think it's just going to make it a lot more fun to watch and to play. You won't have teams be able to stall the ball, and it'll kind of give you a little more freelance if you're getting low in the shot clock. You can kind of do some cool stuff, try and score in some weird ways, so I'm looking forward to that.
You've got the captaincy on there. Are you a lead by example guy? Are you a vocal leader? A little bit of both? How would you describe your style?
I would say that I'm more of a vocal leader. I don't always do the right things all the time, in sense of just making all the right decisions. I kind of a knucklehead sometimes, but not that I'm a bad guy. It's just that I think there's other guys on this team that come in at 6 a.m. and are nailing things down, whereas I get pretty emotional sometimes, and that's where my the vocal leadership kind of comes in.
What has to go right for this team to be championship level?
I think we just have to, if we use practice every day and maximize our practice time that we have, and really stay focused the entire year, I think there's no reason why we can't get the championship weekend and make some noise. We always have great schemes going into games and great scouting reports, so if we can get everyone to buy into those schemes each week and play together, play as a squad, and not focus on individual stats and stuff like that, I think our team offense and team defense can be pretty exceptional.